Thank you, Borough President Diaz. I'm going to be brief. I'm here to support Scott Stringer on a number of reasons. You know, New York is a great city. It's a city that deserves great leadership. And the only person in this race that deserves that position and has worked harder for this community is Scott Stringer. And I'm just going to touch on one of the issues that's more important to me and in my district, which is human trafficking. And it is an industry that Elliot Spitzer has promoted when he went out and seek prostitutes to satisfy himself in a way that is so undignified that he should never hold public office again. So today we have a choice, and I think the choice is clear for the Latino community. And there's only one person that has the integrity and the leadership and the character to hold that position, and that's Scott Stringer. And that's why I'm here today along with all of my colleagues in support of Scott Stringer. Quiero decir que aquí estamos todos juntos en apoyando a Scott Stringer para Comptroller de la ciudad de Nueva York. Hemos visto que no hay otro candidato que tiene los valores más importantes y que está buscando de verdad ayudar a la comunidad latina. Y ese candidato es Scott Stringer. Y por eso estamos aquí unidos, juntos, para decir a la comunidad latina que cuando tienen que dar ese voto merece Scott Stringer. Gracias.
Thank you, Assemblyman Moya. From the Bronx, Assemblyman Marcos Crespo.
Thank you. What hasn't been said, I'm here for Scott Stringer as well, for all the reasons that have been articulated, and because, you know, it's really frustrating. I'm a young member of the State Assembly. I've been in Albany since 2009. Since my first day in office, we've seen scandal after scandal at the state level. We've seen headlines of elected officials who have violated their responsibilities and their roles. We've seen people feel themselves above the law and try to excuse their actions as nothing that serious. And yes, I believe in second chances, and yes, I believe that people learn from their mistakes. But when it comes to the very dire needs of our city and our state, when it comes to the issues that my community is confronting, when I tell folks in my community that we can't afford to have after-school programs while folks in City Hall have given contracts to scammers like City Time and others, we need someone in the Comptroller's office with the ability, with the skill sets, with the transparency, with the honesty, and with the dedication to the people of the city to focus on those issues and ensure that we do the best that we can to serve our community. Elliot Spitzer, while serving in public office, showed none of those traits. Elliot Spitzer, while serving in office, embarrassed New Yorkers, offended women, misused public resources. We see it in the front page today, that while doing what he did, he used public resources. He should pay that money back, as others have been asked to do. And so, at what point do we put aside the offense to our community? At what point do we put aside the circus atmosphere and recognize that as voters, we have a responsibility to elect people who are going to do the best that they can for the job, who are going to respect public office, and who are not going to play games with our minds and tell us that they're above the law. That's what Elliot Spitzer did. And Scott Stringer has proven to be a person of integrity, someone with the skills necessary to do the job of Comptroller. That's why I support Scott Stringer, and I hope that those of us in our community can remember the old saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. En español quiero decir que como asambleísta del Condado del Bronx, me llamo Marcos Crespo, represento el Distrito 85 en el sureste del Bronx. Estoy aquí para apoyar al presidente de condado Scott Stringer para la posición de controlador de la ciudad. Como asambleísta estoy cansado de la mala prensa. Estoy agotado de aquellos que han abusado del poder, han abusado de su posición y se creen que están por encima de la ley, haciéndonos ver a todos los que sí trabajamos fuerte como que todos somos parte de ese error. Y no es así. Hay personas como Scott Stringer que a través de los años han demostrado la fortitud, han demostrado el talento y han demostrado el interés público en hacer su trabajo de una manera digna, y que ahora se postula para una posición de suma importancia, una posición que cuando como comunidad nos preguntamos ¿por qué es que no tenemos programas en nuestras escuelas? ¿Por qué es que la ciudad gasta dinero en consultas y en contratos que no dan resultados? Personas como el controlador son las que tienen la responsabilidad de velar por esos intereses y asegurar que como ciudad hacemos lo mejor por nuestra comunidad. Y ahora Elliot Spitzer dice, olvídense de mis errores, olvídense de que yo usé mi posición pública para mi interés personal, olvídense que mientras que yo estaba supuesto a gobernar el Estado, estaba buscando prostitutas, olvídense que usé fondos públicos para que me transporten hacia esas prostitutas, olvídense de eso, yo voy a ser controlador. ¿Por qué? Porque es un niño rico que está aburrido. Eso no es el liderato que nuestra ciudad necesita. Necesitamos líderes con integridad, y eso es lo que demuestra Scott Stringer, y por eso la comunidad latina tiene que estar con él. Gracias.
Okay, representing Washington Heights, Councilman Iranis Rodriguez.
Well, I'm here because I support Scott. I supported her when he running for the position that he's holding right now, and I supported her very early on his aspiration to be the next controller. As a Manhattan Borough President, Scott has shown that he knows how to work with elected officials throughout the whole borough of Manhattan, especially when it comes to Community Board 12. Scott has made important reform, being sure that members of Community Board 12, but the community boards throughout Manhattan are elected based on their profile, not based about any favor. And I'm here also because I believe that human trafficking is a major problem that affects our city. In the last couple of years, the council will be passing legislation trying to control human trafficking. And whoever promote or use prostitution also in one way or another is involved of human trafficking. Client 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 could be a victim of human trafficking. It could be someone that was brought from Asia, from Latin America, from the former Soviet Union or other countries and be used on prostitution. So I have no doubt that Scott is a champion fighting against prostitution, fighting against human trafficking, and he's a champion. He's someone that he will manage the portfolio of city controller that is so important for our city. That's why I'm here with my colleagues supporting Scott Stringer to city controller. Thank you. Estamos aquí porque el tráfico humano es un crimen y nosotros, quien ejerza la prostitución, puede ser que sea el cliente número 1, número 2, 3 o 4, el número que sea. Puede ser una persona que lo haga voluntariamente, pero también puede ser un cliente que lo trajeron obligado de América Latina, de los países de Europa, de Asia. Y nosotros creemos que quien practique la prostitución o se dedique a buscar clientes, también promueve el tráfico humano, y creemos que Scott Stringer es una persona que ha estado en contra de la prostitución, ha estado en contra del tráfico humano, ha sido una persona que tiene un récord de trabajar con los oficiales electos y tiene toda la capacidad para manejar la inversión del portafolio de más de 130 mil millones de dólares que garantizan las pensiones de los trabajadores de la ciudad, y por eso estamos aquí apoyándolo a él. Gracias.
Okay, thank you. I know it's very hot. Again, I just want to say, for those Latinos that are going to be watching this in the news, remember that whenever we support or endorse and vote for someone, we do it because we believe that it's a reflection of who we are as individuals. And the message that unfortunately is being sent out there is that it's okay to create a bozo and a circus-like atmosphere, and that you can run for office. I mean, what's next here? Is Kim Kardashian going to move into the state of New York and run for governor of the state of New York? I hope not. And so I want to thank all the elected officials. If you have any questions, now is the time.
Yep. Yes, I have a question. I know you're aware of the latest poll that Latinos and blacks seem to favor a little more Spitzer and his campaign. What do you think about that? I mean, it's Latinos pretty much saying it's okay, we'll give you a second chance.
Well, we hope that those polls, and we're not totally